Have you ever wondered what the ocean remembers long after we forget? In the summer of 1962, a retired lighthouse keeper named Walter Hayes sat alone along the rocky coast of Maine. At 72, life had grown quiet. The long nights of tending the lighthouse were behind him, replaced by slow evenings and the endless sound of waves. But that evening, something felt different. The ocean was too calm. Not peaceful, no. Still. Unnaturally still. The waves barely moved, as if the sea itself was holding its breath. Walter narrowed his eyes and looked out toward the horizon. That's when he saw it. A faint glow beneath the water. At first, he dismissed it as a trick of the fading sunlight, but the glow didn't fade. It pulsed. Softly, steadily. Like a heartbeat. Walter leaned forward, his curiosity rising. He had spent a lifetime by the sea. He knew its rhythms, its moods. But this was something he had never seen before. Then came the sound. A low, distant hum. Not quite a noise. Not quite silence. Something deeper. Something you didn't just hear, you felt it. Walter's chest tightened. The hum wasn't random. It was calling, slowly, almost without realizing it. He stood up from the bench and began walking toward the shoreline. Each step felt heavy, yet impossible to resist. The glow grew brighter, swirling beneath the surface, like something alive. The hum deepened. The water shifted, and then something far more powerful. Memories. Walter staggered back, his breath unsteady, not from fear, but from something far deeper. Memories. They weren't just his. They rushed into him all at once. Vivid and overwhelming. Storm-tossed ships cracking against towering waves. Sailors shouting into winds that would never answer. Silent depths swallowing entire stories without a trace. Walter clutched his chest, trying to steady himself. Then, he saw something that stopped him cold. A young boy, standing on this very shore. Himself. And out on the water, a small fishing boat. His father, waving one last time, before disappearing into a storm that came too fast. Tu Sadun. A memory he flew now, brushing against his shoes like a quiet greeting. You remember them? All of them, he said. The sea answered with a slow, peaceful surge. For the first time in decades, the weight in Walter's heart began to lift. His father wasn't gone completely. His story, his last moment, it still existed, held somewhere deep within the ocean's memory. The glowing shape began to fade, its light dissolving into the darkening blue. The hum softened, growing distant, like a voice drifting away. Walter stood there long after it vanished, listening, feeling, remembering. By morning, the shoreline was empty. The old bench overlooked a perfectly ordinary sea. Locals later said Walter Hayes had passed quietly in his sleep that night, peacefully. But a few early risers swore that just before sunrise, the ocean glowed again, soft and steady, like it was saying goodbye to an old friend. So the next time you stand by the water and everything feels just a little too still, ask yourself, is the ocean just water, or is it still remembering you?